Hey everyone, it's Brian. The stock is IXHL. Today's Sunday, August 17th. It's 12:08 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, meaning I'm in Los Angeles, California. Let's talk about IXHL. IXHL, where is it? There. Uh, I'm going to be creating a lot better content, a little bit more technical with some editing starting next week. I'm moving to a new apartment and I'm setting up a whole little stage and studio for that. But in the meantime, let's talk about the upcoming week. We have August 18th, Monday, August 18th through the 23rd. And what we're looking at right now. So we ended the week at around 37 cents a share. Right? Well, a little more than that, which is pretty disconcerting. And there's been a lot of conversations over the weekend, like what's going on with the stock. I'm sure a lot of people are pretty frustrated and concerned. And, all the institutional filings came out. So there's lots of filings. You see that like Barclays and JP Morgan, they have 70,000 shares, and the other one has 50,000 shares. And then if you do the math, and you look at the total amount that they spent, and then you divide it by the shares, you find out that they bought those shares at 0.20 to 0.23, right? So, and then if you average those out, what do you get? You get an average price of 0.2160, which was what? Well, if you're new, you may not know this, but 0.2160, or a little more than 21 cents a share, was the original VWAP back in May, early May, that the company bought the warrants back at. So when they made their announcement that we're buying back the warrants, that's when the entire sentiment of IXHL flipped bullish. And this became a bullish stock, and a stock that really started to trend, because people understood that, okay, well, why would a company buy back their warrants, right? They must really feel confident about phase two top line results, right? So everybody with half a brain in their head could put that together, and they ran with that thesis. And since then, we found out we were 100,000% correct on that thesis, because the most outstanding results possible came out for our phase two top line results. Like the most efficacious and the safest possible outcome took place with phase two top line results. I don't think there's anything better that it could have possibly happened in terms of the phase two top line results. So that's where we're at now. Everyone knows we had a surge. All of the holders that originally got in at 18 cents, 20 cents, were buying big, 50,000, 100,000 shares. It finally surged all the way up. Not financial advice, never financial advice, and never is on this channel. I'm just learning, I'm new. We all suggested that we should set these good to cancel tiered limit sell orders at different scenarios, different prices, so that when it did explode up there, that it would execute these shares and we would take profit, right? Some of us did that and some of us didn't. So what happened is, as a result of that, I took a bunch of profit. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a trader to do one thing. I'm not a trader I don't have any loyalty to any certain companies. Like, what I mean is, if I'm invested, like right now, I'm invested in IXHL. Am I going to hold at IXHL? Yes. Am I going to take profit on IXHL? Yes. I want to be 1,000% clear. I'm in this to make money. This is what I do to make money. I pay my bills doing this. I no longer have to work anymore, because when I trade, my overall goal, my 1,000,000% goal is to make money, is to take as much profit as possible. If that's not your thesis and you just want to park your money into a great stock like IXHL, I totally understand it. That's another way of trading. For me right now, I'm building a massive war chest. What I'm trying to do is go into stocks like this and build wealth inside of these stocks, and take this war chest and make them bigger and bigger and bigger, and continue to do this with more and more stocks. Now, that said, I'm never going to leave IXHL completely. I'm always going to hold shares, but I certainly am going to make money on surges. So the first thing I'll do is, because this is a 10-minute video and we don't have a lot of time here, is let's talk about this. Okay, so we have a share price that's around 0.37 to 0.38, around 37 to 38 cents. What I saw and I posted this on Twitter and I posted this everywhere as well. What you can see by looking at the charts and making charts, doing trend lines and looking at 15-minute charts or whatever, just looking at the charts every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it went down, 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 down. It stepped down, right? It stepped down so much that it went from 47 cents on Monday morning to we closed the week at 37 cents. So the stock is now going down at a rate of 10 cents per week. 10 cents per week, right? Okay, so what else did we find out? We found out this. Barclays, JP Morgan, USB, whatever, these big institutionals, they all released their 13F filings, and we found out that they are invested in IXHL. So what do? We look back at that and we see that they weren't, if you do the math, you see that they bought shares, starter positions, around 50,000 shares or so, and those positions were started around the VWAP, the original VWAP of 0.2160, which was the warrant buyback VWAP, which means when they announced that they were going to buy these warrants back, and this stock became a bullish stock and a trending stock because of that move, because the company decided to buy all the warrants back, they named that share price at 0.2160. So if you look at the 13F filings, you see that that's when they purchased the stocks. So these institutions came into the stock then. They saw the same thing we saw as retail investors. Oh my God, this company is buying back their warrants. Something's got to be happening here. So they bought some shares. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, I'm so sorry. I'm being so distracted by everything that's happening outside of my car right now. This is why I've got to make better videos. Anyway, so 0.2160, that's where they originally bought. That's where a lot of us bought. So now you have these institutions where they took these small positions. Why would JP Morgan Chase? Why would a USB or whatever the other one? I can't even think about it right now. My brain is farting. Why would these institutions take such small positions, 71,000 shares, 50,000 shares? And the reason why is because 90% of phase 2 clinical trials in biotechs fail. They did not expect phase 2 top line results to come in as efficacious and as safe as they did. So what's happening now? I have less than 60 seconds to say what's happening now. So what's happening now is most likely these same institutions, now that they saw the surge, they saw that this is an incredible company with a first-in-class oral solution medication to obstructive sleep apnea. Now they want back in, but they want back in big. They want back in the millions. And in order for them to come back in the millions, if you put yourself in their shoes, what do you think they want? They want millions of shares at that original price of 0.2160. So what we're going to see, I've got 20 seconds to say this, is most likely these institutions and a market maker is going to help them, Jane Street, Citadel, etc., whatever they are. These institutions are going to drive the price down by shorting it back down to that level of 23 cents.